Good day to all of you. I am Mark Van Buladaco. I'll be your instructor in Quantitative Methods for the BSIT program. So today we'll be having our class orientation. This class orientation will be pre-recorded, and all of the topics and learning modalities and other course information will be discussed in this orientation. And your questions you may ask questions in our Facebook group or in our messenger, or you can email me if you want to. So just listen and try to participate in some of my discussions, and we might also have our first activity at the end of this class orientation. Okay, so we'll be starting our class orientation for our course MS221 Quantitative Methods. So I already have given you some initial instructions through our Facebook group, and we are actually in the pandemic right now. The entire world is experiencing some changes and out of the ordinary. So, and also education and the teaching and learning approach is now changed temporarily while we are on quarantine. So that is why we are conducting this alternative to face-to-face classes. So I hope you will listen and will finish the entire video of this class orientation. And your questions, you can post your questions in our Facebook group or in our messenger. Okay, I'll be your instructor again. My name is Mark Van Buladaco. You can call me Sir Mark or Sir Van. So I will just read to you just a refresher of the DNSC vision, mission, and core values, especially that there is a new vision and mission of our college. So DNSC Vision, a premier higher institution in agri-fisheries and social-cultural development in the ASEAN region. Davao the Norte State College envisions being one of the pillars of higher education system by becoming a premier higher institutions that provides agri-fisheries and socio-cultural development in the ASEAN region. To attain this, the college strives to become a university with recognized center of development and excellence, to be a beacon of knowledge, to lead innovation on uplifting lives of every Filipino family, and to be a strong advocate of nature preservation, especially the agriculture and aquatic resources of the country and beyond. So this is the DNSC mission. DNSC strives to produce competent human resource, generate and utilize knowledge and technology, uphold good governance and quality management system for sustainable resources and resilient communities. The college strives to achieve greater goals into becoming a university that upholds high standards in education, research, extension, and production. Particularly, the college commits to number one, deliver in the areas of instruction, research, extension, and production, and the good governance. Number two, influence development through research, extension, and production in collaboration with the stakeholders. And number three, uphold good governance and quality management system through optimum participation, accountability, transparency, and adherence to the rule of law. And the DNSC core values, the college commits to pursue our vision, accomplish our mission, and achieve our goals through our core values of excellence, integrity, innovativeness, stewardship, and love of God and country. So, students, it is important that you embrace and familiarize the DNSC mission, vision, and core values, especially when you will reach graduation. It is important that you embody the core values as you go on with the real world as you graduate. Now we will proceed with the course information of the Quantitative Methods course. So I'll just read to you the course description. So basically, quantitative methods focus on mathematical fundamentals required for quantitative analysis. So there will be a lot of mathematics and statistics for this course in solving problems in the field of business computing. Also in this course, it will introduce understanding of statistics and quantitative methods, and it includes sampling, the hypothesis testing, correlation, and regression analysis. So these are just these are the different statistical tools statistical tools to be used for analysis, quantitative analysis. And we'll be using also a statistical software. So I'll be introducing later or mention later what statistical software we will use. So this course explains the different research design to be used for writing a full research paper. So in this course, we'll be utilizing one or two research design, and you are required to write a full research paper. So this also includes topics on research methods and how to write a research paper. So there is a particular lessons that you will be guided on how to write a quantitative research paper. And part of the requirements of this course, as I said, is you need to produce a research paper implementing correlation design or linear regression. Okay, the course credits, as I believe you already know this, 3 units, and this is a 3 hours lecture course. I'll just explain later on our modality. It's not always, we need to have a virtual meeting for our lecture. So I might be just recording the lectures just like what we are doing right now. So the prerequisite of this course is you need to be to get a passing grade with your IT Spec 1. I believe that is the accounting course. So course outcomes, it means that these are the needed outcomes for students that in order for students to get a passing grade in this course. So that means you need to exhibit these outcomes before you will get a passing grade. So there are only 2 course outcomes for this course. First is use appropriate statistical tools and software for solving statistical and computing problems relevant to quantitative methods. So there will be a series of assessment in the module. Later I will discuss about the module. And and you need to answer and submit your output of the assessment. So you need to complete all of the assessment to achieve course outcome number 1. For course outcome number 2, write a full research paper on variables related to ICT, implementing correlation design. Okay, so although I'm the minimum requirement is a correlational design, but you can still produce a influence or linear regression analysis for your research paper. So the variables must be ICT related, or at least one variable that is ICT related, and you need to uh, relate one another variable that is not ICT related. Okay, if you have questions on this part, you can just message me on private message, or just comment on our Facebook group. For the course content, this is the course content. So basically, we will finish in 18 weeks. So the course content involves 5 modules and 2 major assessments. So first is this, what we are doing right now, the class orientation. And basically, this is the course outline. So when you will be asked later for a survey or a feedback, if you have received a course outline, so I hope you will answer yes later on, because I am now presenting the course outline for the Quantitative Methods course. So Module 1, understanding quantitative methods. So it's important, you need to have a basic background of what is quantitative methods, what are the different research designs of the quantitative analysis, and it is important that you are knowledgeable of how research writing, the process of research writing. For the entire module 1, it is week 1 and week 2 of our course. Next is module 2, which is week 3 and 4. Module 2 is more on descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. So on lesson 1, we'll have a review on descriptive statistics. So if you have any background of your statistics back in your senior high school, it is a plus factor. If you have not, or if you have forgotten some of those lessons, I would like to ask you to review on those lessons on descriptive statistics, because on lesson 1, it's just a review. Okay? And then we'll also have a review of the different sampling techniques, how to compute samples, and how to conduct these different sampling techniques. Okay? And then lesson 2 is hypothesis testing. Okay? I'll give an introduction and how to do hypothesis testing using TTS and ANOVA. So module 2 is week 3 and week 4. Module 2 is correlation and regression analysis. So lesson 1 is for correlation using Pearson R and Spearman-Ross. So I'll give you an introduction about correlation analysis and how Pearson R and Spearman-Ross are computed. And lesson 2, regression analysis using simple linear regression. This is week 5 and week 6. On module 4, in module 2 and module 3, will be the assessment, the application, and the exercises involved in these 2 modules. We'll deal with it first in manual computation, specifically on handwritten computation. I'm doing this for you to be knowledgeable how each computation works and how to compute this statistical tools. Iba kasi yung alam mo paano yung process and paano mag-compute, kaysa yung alam mo lang paano gamitin yung software. Kasi kung itatanong ka, paano mo nakuha yung result ng ANOVA, paano mo nakuha yung R value ng Pearson R, hindi mo naman alam kung paano mo nakuha. So, it is important in Module 2 and Module 3, you need to prepare for this. that will do manual computation, that means handwritten computation, or you may also use your calculators, but you need to write it on a piece of paper when you submit it. And then, okay, so that's basically how to learn the process of computing these different statistical tools. And then when you already have familiarized the process, we'll proceed with the use of statistical software. So, in module 4. So, kasi yung sa software kasi is madali na lang if you already have a data. You just click some of the few buttons and you can get the result. Yun nga lang, paano yung, kasi sa research writing, you need to interpret yung result. So, paano kung itatanong ka, paano mo nakuha yung R value, yung P value, yung result ng ANOVA, hindi mo naman alam kasi diretso ka sa statistical software. So, it is important that in Module 2 and Module 3, that you will Okay, sorry for that interruption. So, it's mura po tag nagklase, no? Na yung mga some interruption. So, basically, let's go back. So what I'm saying earlier na it is important yung the process of computation of the modules. The statistical tools before you will apply it on statistical software. Okay, so I'll just introduce later. I'll mention later what statistical software that we will be using. And after the 4 modules, we'll have midterm assessment. So the midterm assessment, this is the midterm examination. So basically, the midterm examination or assessment is not a objective type examination. So there will be problems that will be given to you, a statistical problem, and you will solve those problems using a software or using the software that we will be utilizing for getting results. Okay, so it is this is for week 9. Okay, so wala talaga yung multiple choice, true or false, or written examination. It's an assessment, and you will just submit it on a schedule on our midterm schedule. Okay, and then after that, we'll now focus on how to write a research paper, a quantitative research paper. That is for Module 5. So focus talaga yan lahat on how to write the parts of the research paper. So let's say, for example, in the introduction, how to write your background of the research, background of the study, how to identify theories, how to craft your objectives, how to write your problem statements, etc. Okay, and how to draw or develop your conceptual framework. Okay, so lesson 2 is more on chapter 2 for methodology, and then lesson 3 is for results and discussion, which is chapter 3, and conclusion and recommendation, and chapter 4. Okay. That's week 10 and to 12, so 3 weeks. So basically, parang isang lesson is isang week. No, 'di ba? Ang task ng ng isang lesson. Okay? You have all the time on the week to read, to analyze and solve those problems on each lessons. Okay, now after we have finished all of the modules, basically Module 5 is the last module. So we will now proceed with your final project. Okay, so I will discuss the final project later. Okay, so final project is basically you will write a full research paper, a full quantitative research paper, and it will for week 13 to 17 you will conduct data collection, you will do analysis of the data, and you write the paper. So you have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You have 5 weeks to do the entire research paper. And then on the 6th week, ito na yung parang final exam. So you will present the quantitative research paper, your research output. So you will provide the final manuscript. So meron kayong advisor niyan. You will be assigned by an advisor. So once recommended na siya by the advisor, and na-evaluate na siya by an external evaluator, you will now submit the full manuscript, and then the poster, don't worry, there will be we will have a different discussion about the poster presentation of your research, and then the actual research presentation of your research output. Okay, so tatlo yung pinaka-main kailangan sa final exam or final assessment. Final manuscript approved by the advisor and the external evaluator, the poster of your research, and the presentation of your research. So we'll have a different discussion on our final output or final assessment. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the grading criteria. So since we cannot conduct a face-to-face examination, so we'll just have a midterm and final assessment. Okay, so the weight of it is 30%. So quizzes, there will be assessment per module. So we cannot also conduct face-to-face quizzes, but there will be quizzes on each module in a form of assessment. So doon ko yan siya i-record sa 25%. For project research and case study, merong parang quiz, a short quiz on each lessons. We call that as the lesson application. So yung grades nyo dun sa application will be recorded in another 25%. And then assignment is 10%. Meron kasing activity per lesson. So aside sa application, meron pang activity. So lahat ng activity will be recorded in that assignment, which is 10%. And then for attendance, wala kasing attendance. We cannot do face-to-face attendance. So, and I will not require all of you to attend on the virtual meeting. However, I encourage and I will highly appreciate those who will attend. However, pero dili na ko siya. I will not record the attendance. Okay, so instead of attendance, we'll just have the participation, your group, pair contribution, or your participation during the virtual meeting. So kung ano ka ba, you are very participative during the virtual meeting. So yun yung 10%. So a total of 100%. So, dito na tayo sa learning modality. So, how this new normal works for this course. Okay? So, we'll have a flexible learning. So, when we say flexible, it's a combination of module and online. So, sa module, module will be uploaded sa LMS. So, ito yung parang main modality natin. And then, it will be self-paced learning. That means you need to have an extra effort on reading, understanding, and analyzing the module with minimal interaction from me. Although I'm open for consultation, pero you can do your own learning through the module. So, modules will be given to you in LMS. Pag meron na yung LMS or Learning Management System, kasi you will be given with a Gmail accounts of DNSC, yung at dnsc.edu.ph. Pero ITSO is not yet finished, and then you just wait na ma-distribute sa inyo, and then that will be the login credentials for the LMS. So in modules, sa module kasi, merong activity, merong assessment, merong applications. So lahat ng output ng activity assessment applications must be submitted in DNSC LMS. Sir, kailangan talaga within the day or parang quiz na masubmit agad-agad. So it's not necessary. I'll just set a time, siguro 2 to 3 weeks extension of the submission of the activities assessment and the applications. Okay? At most siguro in 1 month. Okay? Upon uploading of the activities assessment and applications. Okay, so that's the modular learning. So online learning, pre-recorded yung lesson. Okay, just like this. So that's the same what we are doing right now in the orientation. Of course, as supplementary to the module, I will be giving lesson to you. So I will appreciate it if you will watch the lesson so that you can answer, you can learn and you can answer effectively the assessment and applications in the module. We'll conduct time from, not always, but there will be virtual meetings, which is for question and answers based on the modules or based on the pre-recorded lesson. Okay, kailangan din natin magamit ng email, G Drive, and FB group. We already have an FB group and Messenger. And of course, DNSC LMS. Again, as I said, attendance is not required, okay, during meetings or virtual meetings. But your participation and yung meron kasi akong ipapa-answer na mga survey forms, I will really appreciate it if you will fill out those forms and if you will ask questions. Basta lang senseful naman yung question and hindi siya nasasagot sa module kasi kung mag-ask kayo and then yung sagot nasa module or nasa instruction ko, parang redundant na yung yung sagot ko, di ba? We are already third year students. We need to have common sense on looking at things, okay? So, the activity analysis and applications per module is by individual. So, don't worry, I'll give once on our first lecture, pag mag-first lecture na ako sa inyo, I will introduce to you the module. Pakita. Although I will give it to you before I will upload the lesson, so that you can go through with it. But I will also discuss the structure of the module para you can understand and you will be familiarized. So by individual yung activity, analysis, and applications. And then every module, we have 5 modules. Okay? So there will be module assessments per module. So that means there will be 5 module assessments. Okay? Itong mga module assessments, para siyang major assignment. Okay? So, since major assignment siya, it can be done in individual, by pairs, or by trios. Hindi pwede 4 ha. Kung 4 kayo, so dalawa-dalawa kayo. Okay? So again, module assessments is by individual, by pair, or by trio. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Sa mga computation, as I've said earlier, yung module 2 at module 3, and descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, correlational and regression analysis is lang muna, handwritten solution muna for that part. Okay? So that you will be familiarized and you will know how the entire process of computation works. Okay? Pero para lang yun sa module 2 and module 3. Kasi once we have finished the module 2 and module 3, we will now be using SPS. SPSS, which is the software that we will be utilizing. Okay. Baka kasi I'll give some oral quiz during virtual meeting, and then I will ask someone, how did you arrive on this answer? Tapos hindi kayo diretso lang kayo answer. So, you might have difficulty in answering the question. Okay, again, sa Module 2 and Module 3, 110 yung solution. So, pwede nyo siya picturean kasi last time, 110 yung solution nila, yung last semester. And then, pinicturean nila and then nasubmit nila sa akin yung picture. Kasi na yun, di ba? Yung March to May, yun yung ginagawa nila. Okay? And then, we'll now be utilizing SPSS as the software to be used. Okay? I'll just give to you the installer once the LMS is up already and you already have a login credentials. If by next week wala pa rin yung LMS, I will just give the link for the installer sa FB group. So for the meantime, sa Facebook group muna natin we'll be utilizing Facebook group muna kung wala pa yung LMS. Okay? Now, this is very important. Always remember your student ID number and email address. And I am requesting to you that you only use one email address. Huwag pa iba-iba. Kasi di ba ako yung nag-enroll sa inyo, I notice iba yung email address nyo sa IAIMS, iba yung email address nyo sa survey, and then some of you will ask to forward the email to another email address. Okay? So, parang unethical, hindi siya appropriate. Okay? To have many email address and then, or to maintain many email address just for one purpose. Okay? So, for the purpose of quantitative methods, use only one email address. Okay? One email address. I will write down those names pag meron pang nag-violate nito na instructions. Student consultation. If you have inquiries or concerns, you can fill out this form. So, I'm open for student consultation. So, just fill out this form kasi meron kaming mini-maintain na form. So, ito yung gagamitin natin for our course. Kung may mga tanong kayo or may concern kayo or may inquiry, you use this form. I will be putting this link sa video description sa baba. Okay? Alright. But don't expect that I'll be responding quickly kasi also medyo busy minsan. But I promise you I will really respond. Okay? Okay. Now, this is just an overview of the final requirement. I already give you parang tidbits of what is the final requirement earlier. So ito parang overview pa rin. We'll have a separate discussion of the final requirement. Siguro mas better kung meron talaga tayong virtual meeting in order for us to really understand what are the needed sa requirements for the course na quantitative methods. Okay? Lang ito, parang overview. Okay? Let's just schedule siguro a virtual meeting for a question and answer for the final requirement. Okay. Ayan. Okay, all right. Okay, the final requirement, as I've said earlier, you will write a full quantitative research paper on ICT variables, or one ICT variable, then another social variable, implementing correlation design. Okay? Don't worry about how to variables kasi you will be guided by me first, and then you will be assigned by an advisor. Okay? So, sino yung mga advisors, sir? Doon na lang sa ano, when we already have groups and titles, I will introduce to you your advisors. Okay? Siguro para fair, bunot-bunot yung advisors. Okay? Depende na yan sa ano natin, sa flow. Go with the flow natin later on when we reach on the discussion of the final requirement. But so right now, I hope you understand that you will be doing this, and this is a really big requirement for you to accomplish. Okay? Full research paper. When we say full research paper, from abstract up to appendices. Abstract, chapter 1, which is introduction. Chapter 2, which is methodology. Chapter 3, which is results and discussion. Chapter 4 is conclusion and recommendation, and then the appendices. Okay? Research guidelines will be given to you. Meron din kayong advisor that will be assigned to you. Okay? And again, we'll have a separate discussion. Sir, group po ba ito? Yes, this is group by group. Pero I have not yet decided how many members per group. Kasi kung marami kasing members, some of the members might not be, wala silang contribution. Okay? Kasi kung gawin natin 8 members per group, parang ang dami naman siguro, no? And then, siguro, on my experience last semester, some of the members, some of the groups, dalawa lang yung working members. The rest is flower lang. Kaya it's really not effective to have a large members on this kind of requirement or on this kind of projects. But nonetheless, I have not yet decided it. Maybe we'll have doon na lang sa separate discussion natin about the final requirement. Okay? All right. Okay, so since we already have discussed the course information, the orientation, and then the course outline, and yung mga other information of the course, I'm requesting to you guys to answer or to fill out the form, the course outline acknowledgement receipt form, as evidence na na-receive nyo yung course outline through this video. Okay? And this is also an evidence that you have attended the class orientation. When we say attended, you have watched this video, which is the class orientation. So ito yung link. I will post it also on the what you call this, on the video description below. Okay? Okay, all right. Okay. This is my contact details. You can contact me through FB, mobile number, or email. Okay, that is my email. markvan.baladaco@dnsc.edu.ph. And that is my mobile number. Okay. Oh, yes. All right. I'll give you your first activity. Very simple lang. Okay? Very simple. Okay. I will not show the instructions. I will mention the instructions here. Okay? You better listen. Okay. The activity is about mean, median, mode, range. Okay? These are basic descriptive statistics. Mean, median, mode, range. Okay? There is a problem and you will compute those 4 or identify those 4. All right. And then you will give your answers doon sa course outline acknowledgement receipts. Okay? Doon sa last part kasi ng survey ng form, nandun nakasulat na write your answers in the class orientation activity. Doon yung isulat yung answer nyo. Okay, this activity is optional. Okay, but I will really highly appreciate it if you will answer. Okay? Again, you will submit your answers in the course outline acknowledgement receipt form. Dun sa pinakababa niya. Okay? And then you will just write diretso na yung answers. Kung ano yung mean, ano yung mode, ano yung median, ano yung range, and meron pa yung number 2 na question. Okay? Alright. Okay, alright. Anyways, okay, let's start with the activity. I'll just read the activity problem, and then you can pause it if you want to, and then after reading, we are finished with the video, with the orientation. Okay? Here's the first activity. I already given to you the instructions earlier. Just if you have not understand it, if you have not listened to it, please go back to that part and listen to it again. Okay. A high school teacher at a small private school assigns trigonometry practice problems to be worked via the net. Students must use a password to access the problems, and the time of log in and log off are automatically recorded for the teacher. At the end of the week, the teacher examines the amount of time each student spent working the assigned problems. The data is provided below in minutes. 18, I will not mention the data, so that is the data. Find the mean, median, mode, and range for the above data. And number 2, what does the information tell you about students' length of time on the computer solving trigonometry problems? Okay, so again, you will submit your answers in the course outline acknowledgement receipt form. Doon sa pinaka-last na item, you will just write diretso na yung problems. Okay, diretso na answers. Okay, just put it label. This is mean, this is median, this is mode, this is range, and this is your answer in number 2. Okay? Okay, good luck, and thank you for listening, watching this class orientation, and welcome to Quantitative Methods. Have a nice day to everyone.